What's up, everybody out there? It is your girl, your diva and knowledge, Lady Mocha. I know today's Monday. Want to do a really quick video, right quick. I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time, but I felt it was very imperative, but for the simple fact that I did a short video on this particular subject, because you know what, it is just far too many fake friendships going on. It's way too many fake friendships. A lot of y'all are in friendships that you know you should have gotten rid of long time ago. A lot of y'all are still in these toxic friendships with people that you should have jumped ship from long time ago. Okay? First of all, let me tell you something. A lot of y'all have to realize it's a season for everything. Everybody's not supposed to be in your life permanently. Realize that life is going to be full of people that's going to come and go. People are not going to be in your life permanently. Certain people come in your life as a lesson, and others come in your life as a blessing. Everybody is not supposed to have a permanent spot in your life. What's up, Skylark? What's good? What's up, Kevin MC? Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you. If you check out one of my other videos, I got a link to my PayPal. So, or you can go to my Patreon account. All of that will be under one of my other videos. I'm not gonna have it under this. What's up, James Harvey? That's one of my regulars. What's up, boo? Good to see you. Hey. Yeah, I just wanted to do a short video on these fake friendships. What's up, Jerome? Yeah, appreciate it, Kevin. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Remember, no donation is too big or too small. I don't care if it's $1 a month. Guess what? Beggars can't be choosy. I got to take my blessings how I get it, okay? Even if you can't donate, just you showing up to my chats and support me, it is what it is. I got to take whatever little support I can get. You feel me? So I appreciate anybody out there who's willing to do whatever they can. No donation is too big or too small. It's all good. These fake friendships, you have to realize a lot of y'all are in friendships with people who you know have not been your friend. And you keep holding on to these people. You keep tolerating all kind of bull crap from them because you're looking at the fact y'all got a history. You looking at y'all go way back. Okay, y'all went way back since middle school. Or this person always been a friend of the family for 10, 15 years plus. That is not enough excuse to be sitting up here tolerating all type of disrespect. Exactly, Jerome. And I'm with you. I don't have friends like that anymore. I have associates because the problem is people are too goddamn demanding. People are too demanding. They want all your time. They want all your energy. They want too much of you. And another thing with a lot of these friendships is they want you to care more about their problems than they do. I've had female friends who I have had to let go of because these broads wanted me to care more about their situation than they did. How you want, if you have a friend who wants you to care more about what the hell they going through than they are, you don't, that's a toxic person. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you're dealing with somebody who wants you to care more about them than they care about them, that's a toxic friendship. You don't need people like that in your life because all they're going to do is burden you. And the sad part about it is with these friendships, when you done stood by that person when they was down on their lowest, when they was down at their low, when they was to the bottom, the sad part is when they get up a little bit, when they get up just a little bit, they start smelling themselves. They will smell themselves and act like they did it by themselves. They will not say thank you. They will not say I appreciate you for being there. They're not going to do none of that. And then the sad part is you could have come through 100 times. The one time you don't come through, they will say you ain't never did nothing. I had a girlfriend who did that to me. I sat up here and listened to this broad. I've been like Dr. Phil in her life. Giving her so much advice. I've given this broad so many strategies. I've given her so many ways of dealing with her situation. And not realizing that all the advice I was giving her, it was not doing any good. She was still in the same situation. She was not doing nothing to get out of the situation because what's up, Dangerous Television? The majority of them, they don't want to be delivered out their situation. The problem with a lot of these females with these friendships, they just want attention. They want attention. They don't they don't really want you to help them with their situation. They want you to sympathize and they want you to bail them out. That's the key that I've learned to a lot of relationships. They don't want you really to help them. They want you to help them, but it's all about attention. They don't want to be delivered from a situation. Jerome says, one dude I thought he was my friend and I'm in the military, got mad and told me I should put his business about him having his old family, so I cut him off. See, that's, exactly, Jerome. And see, I'm starting to notice haterism. I thought it was just a thing that women went through, but I'm starting to notice it's a lot of you guys out there that are going through it as well. It's a lot of toxic friendships out here. I'm telling you, once people show you their left hand, don't stick around and wait to see their right hand. Once people show you just a slight side of shadiness, abort the damn mission, because that is just the tip of the iceberg. It is going to get worse. Once you allow a person to get comfortable with disrespecting you, it's going to continue to keep escalating. You keep letting, it's the little stuff you got to pay attention to. It's not the big thing. You don't have to come home and catch your best friend banging out your wife or banging out your husband to get an epiphany like, oh goodness, I need to end this friendship. It's the little things. Pay attention to the little stuff that they do. All that little slick dissing, when you got good news or something positive, let's say you got a new home, let's say you got a new car, let's say you got a new job. You call them and you telling them about your good news. They don't want it. Notice the conversation is short, but as long as you got some drama, they more interested. For example, you calling your homeboy, your homegirl, and you say, you know what? I just bought me a new home. I just foreclosed on me a brand new house. You know, finally, now I got my own home. Now I can start building up credit. You telling them the wonderful news about your new house. They don't have no questions. They don't ask you, well, what kind of house did you get? Okay, well, how long you been saving up to get it? They have no interest in none of your good news. They don't ask you no questions. They don't show no interest. But as soon as you calling them about some drama, man, you won't believe what happened on my job. Man, my so-and-so, you won't believe what my baby mama did. You won't believe what my baby daddy did. They can ask you 1,000 questions when it comes to something negative in your life. But the moment you have something positive, they don't have no questions. That's a motive. That's not a friend. If a friend can only celebrate you when you're going through BS, that's not a good friend. A good friend is supposed to celebrate you even when you up, not just when you down. You have to pay attention to the little things when it comes to these toxic friendships. You don't want somebody that's just tolerating you. You want somebody that's celebrating you, that's going to celebrate, you know, your accomplishments, that's going to celebrate your success, going to be right there every step of the way. If a person is only around when something is going wrong in your life, that lets you know that person is only around to see you fail. They just want front row tickets to your failure. And you got to be cautious about stuff like that. Jerome, even in relationships, if the person is always for a handout all the time. Oh, absolutely. Them handouts, let me tell you something. If you are in a friendship with somebody who every time you turn around, they holding out their hand, you better get away from them. Because like I told you before, those would be the main ones. You could do something 100 times. The one time you don't do it, you ain't never did nothing. And it's another thing for you, for some of y'all out there who be looking for your friends, who be expecting your friends to look out for you and help you. True indeed, we all fall short. We all have, we go through struggles. True indeed. But let me tell you something. This is the other thing you got to be careful of. Just because somebody does for you, that don't make them a good friend. Sometimes if you meet somebody that's too eager to help you, too eager to give you money, too eager to look out for you, it's the reason why. Some people do for you, not because they like you, but they want to have something to keep hanging over your head. Some people keep score. It's all about, as long as you do for me, as long as I'm doing for you, then you're going to have to do for me. Everybody don't give from the heart, ladies and gentlemen. Everybody who gives you, that don't mean they giving you from the heart. Some people give you things so they can either go back and run their mouth and tell other people, oh yeah, I had to pay his light bill. Him and his wife over there struggling. Oh, I had to lend her money because her baby daddy ain't giving no child support. Everybody that gives you something, that don't mean they giving you with good intentions. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. Appreciate that. So be careful of them too. Because you got some that act like they so ride or die and they quit to look out for you and lend you a helping hand. A lot of them will lend you a helping hand because it's about keeping you hostage. Or it's about going back and telling people how much they had to do for you. How much they had. Exactly, DT. It's strings attached. And if you are in a bad jam, if you ever get in a situation and you call a friend, and you know you've never been a needy person, you just really was down on your luck, because it happens. I've had to call friends. I've had to call family. I got in a jam. Unless you rich, hell, we all have gotten in a jam. But if people tell you no, and you know they can do it, and you know they have the sources and the connections, and they tell you no, don't get mad. Do not get mad. Don't take it personal. Don't even stop talking to them. God has a way of how he protects you from things sometimes. Sometimes everybody's favor ain't need to be taken. Everybody money ain't good money. Don't get mad if somebody's in a position to help you and they won't help you. It's better for that person to tell you no than to give you something and hold you hostage or talk about you behind somebody else's back. I would rather somebody say, no, I can't help you, than to help me and go back and tell other people what they had to do to help me. So consider that a blessing. If you in a jam and you need something and that person says, no, I ain't got it. No, I can't give it to you. Consider it a blessing, because they didn't have good intentions anyway. Some people, every helping hand is not a hand to be taken. I promise you. I don't care if that person is a millionaire. You got that brother that got money, that sister who got money, that cousin you know who got money, they well off. You got that family member you know who is sitting in a good position and they can help you, and they refuse to help you. Take it as a blessing. Thank God that they denied you, because that means God is already working something out. So don't get mad if people don't always come to your aid and look out for you. Exactly, DT. That's a good analogy, like a molester with candy. Exactly, Kevin. Kevin says most friendships about leverage. You ain't never lied. A lot of people give you to keep score. I had a broad do that to me, and I was giving this broad just as much as she gave me. Because one thing about me, I'ma always make sure I give just as much as I take, because you're not going to throw up in my face all of how much you had to help me, all about how much you had to do for me, all about the times when I was down. I always give as much as you ask people for. Always give back just as much, because the moment you don't pay them back, I don't care if they say, oh, you ain't got to pay me back. You pay them back anyway. Pay them back anyhow. I got the doggone put my damn charger in my phone. Yeah, you pay them back anyhow. Even if somebody says, oh, we good, it just consider it a blessing. If you give them something, if you can't give them the whole thing, give them something. Because I promise you, the moment you and that person fall out, they're going to remind you of how much they did for you. Exactly, DT. They're going to remind you. Don't fall for the okie doke. Oh, we good. You ain't got to pay me back. We all right. Hell, no, I'm paying you back. Because let me tell you something. The sad part is, y'all, you really don't know what a person is until y'all fall out. That's when you see that person's true colors. You ever notice that? As long as everything is going fine, y'all going out, y'all having drinks, y'all going on trips together, y'all doing a happy hour together, as long as y'all having a good time, there's no problems. The dangerous part about people these days, you really don't know what the hell you dealing with until something happens, till y'all fall out. When people get mad with you, that is when you will see the real them. That is when you will see the real them. And you have to always prepare yourself for that. And that's why it's best, even in friendship, less is best. Don't overdo hanging out with your friends. Don't overdo talking to each other over the phone. You have to learn sometimes things need to be done in moderation. all this hanging out every weekend, talking every day. Eventually, y'all gonna bump heads, teeth and tongue gonna fall out. You have to learn to limit yourself with how you deal with people in these friendships. And as far as I'm concerned, everybody too damn old to be having besties. All this, my bestie, my bestie. We too old for damn besties. Just have some real friends. It's not about no best friend or whatever. It's about just having somebody that's real, that's genuine, who's supportive. That's what it boils down to. Everybody getting too goddamn grown for besties. I be seeing females on social media, my bestie, my this and that. We too old and grown for all of that here. My thing is, you have to be careful with these toxic friendships. Pay attention to the little things. All that slick side dissing, that undercover dissing. You telling them something positive, they throwing shade. Yeah, girl, I finally got me a new house. Oh, really? But ain't you struggling to pay rent where you at now? See, it's little stuff like that you overlook and you don't think about it until the grits hit the fan and you sit back and you start reflecting on all of the stuff that person has ever said out of pocket. Pay attention to stuff like that. You telling them positive, they throwing undercover shade. You know what I mean? Oh, I got a new job. Oh, really? Well, what was wrong with the job you was at? I thought you was doing pretty good where you was. And this is another thing a lot of people don't pay attention to. If you are in a friendship and you have a friend that's bad-mouthing somebody that's in the same struggle as you, what makes you think they don't look at you like that? For instance, if you are somebody, you struggling with pain, you struggling, let's say you about to lose your house, okay? I'm just giving you an analogy. Let's say your house is up for sale, okay? And your friend is up here talking about another person whose house is up for sale. See, I don't understand why this girl over here gonna get this big old house knowing she couldn't afford it. No wonder she lost her house, because she really couldn't afford that big old house anyway. Think about it. If the same thing is happening to you, what makes you think they don't perceive you like that? Don't think because y'all friends, they don't look at you the same way. If you have a friend that's mocking somebody else that got the same struggle as you, that means they're looking at you as a failure too. Bottom line, you have to read in between the lines with people. You got to pay attention to what they say and what they do. Yes, a lot of undercover shade, Kevin. I asked somebody, can you pay my bill? That don't make sense to me. Exactly. Because a lot of people, hey, what's up, Cassandra? Yeah, Cassandra, she's here from Savannah, Georgia, like me. She's right here from Seaport, like I am. What's good, Cassandra? Good to see you. Yeah, you have, that's what I'm saying. You have a lot of these friendships out here, their priorities are not in line. Their priorities are not in line. And again, if you see, if you're in a friendship with somebody and you see they not handling their business, and every time they get in the jam, they want to come to you and borrow something and lend something, do not create that monster. Do not create that monster. The moment you already, if you in a friendship, I've had friends like that. I've had friends who was messing up their money, who threw away their money, and will have the audacity to want to call me and say, can you lend me something? Absolutely not. And my thing is, it's dumb. If you know you messed up your money, why sit up there and let somebody know how you messing up your money? But you have a lot of people that will do that. It's okay, Kevin. Ain't no grammar police on this channel. It's all right if y'all misspell. Just don't misspell too much where I can't understand what the hell you saying. There's no grammar patrol here. But my thing is this. The only reason I did this little video is you have to be careful with these friendships. Okay? Don't keep giving people excuses to bulldoze you and mistreat you. Never allow a person to get comfortable with disrespecting you. Because once you allow one or two things to slide, it escalates. It gets worse. And by the time you put your foot down, damage has already been done. You have to be very careful with who you allow in your circle. Everybody is not in your life with genuine intentions. Some people just want friends because they need somebody to lend them money. Some people people just want friends because they want somebody who doing worse than them. That way they can feel like they're not doing as bad. I had a friend that was like that. She always was looking for somebody to do worse than her in her relationship. She was in a very rocky marriage, and her marriage was going through a lot of turmoil. And I noticed she always had a kick out of wanting to know what other women was going through in their household. That way she could feel like what she was going through wasn't that bad. You don't want a friend that has to look for all your faults in order for them to feel confident about their situation. You don't want to deal with people like that. Do not deal with people who they can only deal with you. They can only be friends with you if y'all in the same struggle. You're a real friend. You're going to be supportive, whether if you and your friend on the same level or not. People have to realize life is all about ups and downs. Everybody not going to be up at the same time. And everybody's not going to be down at the same time. You cannot be in your feelings because your friend is doing a little bit better than you. It's been times when you did better than your friend. Life is going to keep fluctuating. Everybody does not stay on the same level at the same time. Yeah, and it happens, DT. But you know what happens, DT? Let me tell y'all something. Y'all know why friends change? Because a lot of them have mastered their own misery. And what I mean by that is people change when they put themselves in positions where life start beating them up. You have a lot of people who go out here and make poor decisions, poor choices based on desperation and manipulation. And what happens is when karma comes back to bite them, because they make a lot of poor choices based on selfishness and desperation, and makes them become bitter. And that's what happens. That's what makes a lot of people change in these friendships, because life takes a toll on them. Life gets the best of them. And instead of them trying to rise above their circumstances, some people, don't you realize some people are so lazy, they're too lazy to even change their own pittiness. Some people, you got some grown folks that are just that lazy. They don't even know, they're too lazy to even change their own situation. They have learned to wallow in their own misery. And a lot of the time, a lot of people out here who do that is because some people like to be victims. Y'all don't know, y'all didn't know that? Some of these people love to be victims because being a victim gets you attention. Some people like the attention they get from being a victim. They like the sympathy they get pulling out the victim card. Some people they love to be the victim. You know, so you're gonna find out. Don't be surprised at who you're friends with now. Y'all end up not being friends with each other a year or two from now, because people do change. You know, people change when stuff go wrong in their life. Everybody don't handle trials and tribulations the same. You have some people, when they go through, they bounce back and it just makes them stronger. And you have other people, when they go through, they just never recover. They stay stuck there. You have some people, once they fall, they stay down. They don't try to get back up. They're too lazy to even fight, to even get to a better place in life. You have some people, like I said, they fall and they just never recover. And when you deal with people like that, expect them to be bitter. People are going to change. Exactly, Cassandra. Some people want to stay there. Some people are happy being miserable. I know it sounds crazy, but you got some people, they so used to drama that the moment something is going right for once, it's foreign to them. They don't know how to receive it. Some people, they scared of peace. Do y'all not understand? Some people are afraid of peace. Some people are afraid of happiness. They scared of it. They've been in turmoil and chaos for so long, that's their norm. They don't know a good-hearted person when they get one. They don't know what to do with you. Let me tell you something, you good-hearted people. People don't know what to do with you, especially people who are used to being in chaos, who are used to getting burned, who are used to getting played. And the worst person you can deal with is a person that's damaged goods. A person with a damaged past. A person that has stumbled and has never recovered. You do not want to deal with them kind of people, because what's going to happen is while you're trying to build them up, they're going to bring you down. You can't build up somebody that has already given up in life, who has no more fight in them. You're wasting your time trying to build folks who don't even want to build themselves. It's already by the age of 35. Yeah, exactly, Kevin. That's my point exactly. The bottom line is, when you've been in a situation for a long time, you have to realize toxic people. You have to be careful being around them too long, because they'll make you toxic. Toxicness is contagious. Toxicness rubs off on you. And you have to realize, from a spiritual standpoint, your spirit ain't gonna always mix with other people. You really find out you love these people like family, so you put your own family, then clocks don't happen. That changes your whole outlook. Yeah, and that happens, DT. But like I stated, people come in your life for a reason and for a season. Some people come in your life as a blessing, and other people comes as a lesson. Let me tell y'all something. I love my enemies. I love each and every one of them. And I'm going to tell you why I love my enemies. Your enemies are always going to teach you more than your best friends. Your enemies are the best teachers. They teach you what to be cautious of. They teach you about when you run your mouth and tell your business too much. They teach you about being too open with what goes on in your house. They teach you about paying attention to little undercover malicious things that are being done around you. Thank your enemies, because your enemies, your enemies are who you're going to learn from. They're going to be the ones that are going to teach you. All of what I learned was through my enemies. And don't be upset with getting burnt. Getting burnt is a part of life. You're going to get played. You're going to get lied to. People are going to take advantage of you. People going to laugh at you when you down. But all of that is part of the process, y'all. We all got to go through. How can you grow if you don't go through nothing? You don't learn through everything going right. You learn when you get burned. That's how you learn, is through getting burned. What's up, Al? Thank you for stopping in. Had to cut them off after when they promised them to help me in the jam. They left me hanging. Yeah, but see, Al, that was all that was just a learning lesson. That was a learning lesson. The thing is, whatever you go through, you're supposed to do something different the next time around. You don't go through all of that to get played and you end up in the same exact situation, because that'd be really sad. Don't forget the thumbs up, everybody. Don't forget the thumbs up. I appreciate it. That is how you learn. Most of the wisdom, you have to realize, people that are very smart and highly intelligent, those are the people who have been used and burnt the most. Intelligence comes with conviction, being convicted. Affliction. Affliction comes with conviction. Most people who are very wise and highly intelligent, who know a lot, is people who done been burnt a lot. If you talk a lot to these elderly people who in their 60s and 70s or whatever, they could tell you a whole lot, because they have gone through a lot. They've been used. That's how you gain wisdom and knowledge and spiritual awareness. That's what comes with the territory, because you got to realize we live in a world full of sin. So just like Jesus Christ had to pay the price, he had to sacrifice his only forgotten son for our sins. Guess what? All of us on this earth are going to be sacrificed. As long as you're living on this earth, you're going to get used, you're going to get played, you're going to get lied to, you're going to get manipulated, you're going to be taken advantage of. All of that, that's the rent we pay for living in this world. Exactly. Keep your friends close and your enemies in your pocket. Absolutely. I like my enemies more than I like my friends, because at least my enemies going to keep their distance. It's these ones who you call your besties, who you call your homeboys, them the first ones to burn you. Like I did a video a couple of months ago on Kevin Hart, and when his best friend tried to extort him. Knowing he already had been through a rough period with his marriage. His best friend was willing to extort them and put out a sex tape, all because Kevin Hart wouldn't give him no money. I'm telling you, people will show their true colors when you piss them off. As long as you doing what they say do, And as long as you're giving them that advantage to pimp you and take advantage of you and lie to you, they all right. But the moment you wake up on them and you start getting hip, that's when you start seeing the real them. When somebody fold on you once, you don't give them the opportunity to fold on you twice. Okay? It's the saying go, first time shame on you, second time shame on me. Okay, if you keep putting yourself in a position to keep getting burnt, that's what's going to happen. And another thing is, and that's true, sometimes you have to be your own best friend, like DT said. It's a lot of lonely people out here who always got to have friends, who always got to have people, have company, people to their house. Let me tell y'all something. I am so glad. I'm very grateful for my isolation. I love my isolation. I love being home alone. I love to shop alone. I love to go out and do my own thing. I don't have girlfriends. I'm so used to being by myself. My passenger side always has my pocketbook. My passenger side, you can always tell a person who's used to being by themselves, because they keep a bunch of junk in the passenger side. That's just how much I don't have people rolling with me. I don't have no homegirls like that. The one or two homegirls I got, they stay in a whole nother state, and we talk to each other once in a blue moon. You know what I'm saying? All that. I don't have people to my house. You know, I don't go to other people's house. I don't hang out every weekend with somebody. You have to learn how to embrace. You have to learn how to be your own best friend. You have to learn how to embrace your own company. Some people don't even like their damn self. That's why they got to constantly have a friend to validate them. You got some people, they can't stand being lonely. Always got to have company to the house. Always got to have somebody hanging out with them. I see people on social media all the time. I'm bored. I ain't got nothing to do. I got plenty to do. I'm by myself. I don't need to always have company or somebody to keep me entertained. I love my isolation. But you got some people, they so lonely and thirsty for company and friendship. What's up, Mr. Shin? Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, my circle's so small, I don't even talk to myself. That's how small my circle is. To me, being by myself has been my safety net. I don't get caught up in no he say, she say mess. I don't get caught up in no drama because I'm always rolling by myself. And you can't be letting people inside your house, and you have a lot. You can't be telling people all the good things that are going great for you, because everybody don't have your best interests at heart. Everybody's not wishing you well. You can't share all your accomplishments and your success with everybody, because everybody's not rooting for you. Everybody's not happy for you. You got to be careful who you share your good news with, because when you put it out there in the atmosphere, they going to take it and they going to try to make sure that you fail with it. Some blessings you got to keep to yourself. You know, you can't have people all to your house. You know, around your husband, around your wife. I'm telling you, you got some miserable people out there. You know, and don't think that the problem is with a lot of us, we think we're too good for stuff to happen. We think it'll never happen to us. Never be one of those people who think you're so smart, you're so wise that you can't get burnt, because you'll be the main one that'll end up burnt. Never get full of yourself. Even the most wisest, the most intelligent people get played and get taken advantage of. You got to always think 2-3 steps ahead. Pay attention to people always wanting to come to your house, popping up to your house, wearing certain things around your man, wearing certain things around your old lady, saying all kind of stuff out your mouth. I've seen women who talk about their sex lives in front of another woman's husband. You got to pay attention to stuff like that. She always want to come to your house. He always want to come to your house. I mean, you got to pay attention. Yeah, exactly, Mr. Shin. Yep, I totally agree. I totally agree with that. That's a very good statement. Let's see. I'm a boy. I learned. Al says, I'm off child support. I learned after 27 years. I learned my lesson. Oh, yeah. Yes, Miss Mumford. I don't do no pop-ups either. The only way you can do a pop-up over here is if you bringing me a publisher clearance housing check. Mm-hmm. That's the only pop-up I'm going to do. You better be bringing me a big check. That's the only way. You could pop up to my house. If you ain't bringing me no big check, if I ain't won no lottery, don't pop up to my house. I don't like stuff like that. You'll be surprised. You got some grown, ignorant folks who don't know how to respect people's space. They will pop up to your house. You got a lot of grown, ignorant folks who don't have no manners. It's sad, but you have some people who just really don't have no manners. It's crazy. Not gonna go over people's house like often. Yeah, it's like anything else. You know, you don't want to wear your welcome out with friendships. You know, I'ma wrap it up with this. You know, friendships, less is best. Less is best. Learn and enjoy each other's company. It's okay with talking to each other here and there. It's all right to go out for a drink once in a while. But you have to realize it's not too good for somebody to be in your space too many times. Eventually, you're going to bump heads. You're going to get into each other's business too much. You know, you're going to fall out. It's bound to happen. Sooner or later, it's going to happen. You know, so it's better that it's like anything else. You do it in moderation. You do it in moderation. You'll appreciate each other more when you're not around each other as much. You know, it's kind of like that friend you ain't seen in a while. Oh, yeah, girl, let's go hang out. Okay, good. And after y'all hang out and y'all had y'all drinks, let that be. Let me tell y'all something. Just because you and a person got one or two things in common, that don't mean y'all supposed to be the best of friends. Just because you and a person share the same struggles, that don't mean y'all supposed to be the best of homegirls or the best of homeboys. You know, don't take these common struggles and think you're supposed to make them out of a friendship. Okay? You know, just take things for what it is. Look out for people. Watch yourself, because we're in a world where we got a lot of corrupt individuals. We got a lot of shady individuals. Everybody's not genuine. Everybody doesn't have the best intentions. If you that lonely, I suggest you find a church. You find a book club. Find something to get into. Find something productive to do, or whatever. Instead of trying to pick up everybody you meet, you trying to make them your friend. You trying to welcome them with open arms. You trying to you know, make a friendship with everybody you meet. You know what I mean? You know, if you ain't already got no friends by now, it's too late. Once you start getting close to them 40s, it's too late for friends. It's too late for best friends. If you was fortunate enough to get one good friendship and you got one or two people who have genuinely been good to you, then count that as a blessing. Because some people never even got that much. And some people never will. I had one best friend, and she died 2 years ago. You know what I mean? And I've never found anybody as genuine, as caring, and I've already accepted that is my only best friend. I will not have anymore. And I'm okay with that. So on that note, everybody, it has been real. I want to thank all of y'all for stopping by and hanging out with me, your girl, Lady Mocha, here at Mocha's Cafe de Paris Lounge. Don't forget to hit that notification bell, so whenever I upload some new videos, some new material, you will be the first to know. Don't forget to check out my Patreon account. I got some new uploads there that I do not put on YouTube. So again, it's been real. Watch your back. Don't be confiding in all of these people who claim they're your friend. Know that there's a difference between a friend and an associate.